Don't look like nobody's here.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Maybe somebody's holed up inside. I'll circle around. You want to try there?
Yeah, either way. Sooner we wrap this, sooner we're back on the road.
Hey, I see some movement on the horizon, coming in pretty fast.
Can you tell what it is?
I can tell I don't like it. You probably want to get inside.
Welcome to Lafferty. This is the location where we confront and pay for our sins, or we walk past our sins entirely in complete ignorance of all the suffering we've caused. The latter is certainly more humorous, but we're going to be going with the former, because it's the entire reason we chose this story path in the first place. After we clear out a sufficient amount of zombies, which is no problem with the bat and my newfound mastery over it, we simply move this car to use as a platform. Not a lot of platforming in this game. Not sure how you would incorporate platforming into a game like this to any meaningful degree. But they added a jump button for a reason, I guess.
How's that for timing?
Alright, what's your situation?
Hey. Daryl, right?
Look, man, Noah. I was in a tough spot there.
Yeah. I feel for you. Only I didn't die, did I? Got this far holding my guts in my hand.
Can I do anything for you?
Maybe you wish now that you gone a different way by me, huh? Maybe in the next life.
Okay, here they come. That what you wanted?
Just right. Commence Operation Pied Piper. Full purge is in effect. Fire at will, soldiers. Nothing left standing.
You should try to catch them. Not on the street, though. Safer inside. All these stores are connected.
Thanks.
Little mercy goes a long way, huh? Daryl. I see monsters when I close my eyes.
What?
One more thing. Something to remember me by. He's in here! Come on, you shitheads!
Damn it!
Come get him!
So there are a couple things I find humorous about this situation. One of them is that we can actually walk through this room without even talking to Noah. And if we do that, he won't trigger this event where all these walkers come chasing after us. Instead, he'll just keep calling out for us to talk to him, but we can ignore him. And I think it's pretty great that you can actively choose not to pay for your previous actions. Your actions have no consequence as long as you choose not to talk to him. The second thing I find humorous is how clearly his writing is meant to guilt trip the player, instead of sound like something an actual person would say. Like the line, "Maybe now you wish you'd gone a different way by me," that's definitely something made specifically to guilt trip the player for their choice. There are some things that are okay about that interaction, though. Noah's generally a pretty happy-go-lucky, humor-filled guy. So seeing him in that state can be a little sobering, assuming you cared about him to begin with. And I wouldn't blame you if you didn't care about him, because they didn't give him sufficient time to be built up as a character. Plus, you could ignore your couple previous interactions with him as well. Like that time we talked to him in the hospital, you didn't have to do that. When we walk toward this door, there's a mandatory QuickTime event. It doesn't matter how far away we are from that zombie, that QuickTime event will trigger no matter what. Oh, speaking of optional things in the game, there was a fire axe back there next to Noah, which is another one-hit kill weapon. But we're saving that fire axe for the final location. It doesn't really perform a function any differently from the baseball bat. And I'm more used to the baseball bat's handling, so the baseball bat is better for us. But the fire axe has a very special cosmetic difference that I really wanted to save for the final level, so that's when we'll be getting it. Anyway, this room is absolutely chock full of zombies. I like to stay behind the counter so they can only come at us from two directions. Makes them a lot more predictable. Not that we wouldn't make it through this anyway, we have healing items to spare. But luring them into this corridor, yeah, it makes them easier to deal with. You know, this seems like a good time to bring up that one of the common complaints about this game is that there's only one enemy type, that enemy type being the basic zombie. That's not technically true. Some zombies are faster than others, and some of them crawl. But I understand the basic sentiment. There's very little differentiation between all the zombies you fight. They all seem very similar. But there's only so much you can really do with this license, right? You can't make the zombies too outlandish or act too strange, because this is The Walking Dead, and the zombies have a specific behavioral pattern, as far as I know. Like pounding at a wall while a human walks up right behind them. I don't know a whole lot about The Walking Dead, but I don't think in The Walking Dead that there are any zombies that leap 30 feet in the air like an anime character and then try to dive kick the protagonist. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because if that is a thing that occurs in The Walking Dead, man, they really fucked up this video game. Where are my dive-kicking zombies? And yes, if you hit a crawling zombie, they do backflip through the floor. It is humorous looking, and it demonstrates the depressing reality that the people that made this game probably made it on a very minimal budget with a very small time frame. I mean, I guess it's not just a depressing reality, really. You could call it an inevitable reality, a fast-approaching reality, a terminal reality, if you will. In this final stretch of the level, there are some walkers hiding around at the sides that will try to ambush you when you walk past them, which is not something I knew walkers were capable of. But then again, I still have no confirmation on my anime jumping dive kick zombies, so there could be a whole lot about this license I have yet to understand.
Looking for you. What you think about that?
You spotted? They were supposed to check in. Negative, Control. Circling the freight yard. Wait, there it is. Oh, damn. Yeah, there's a train. Smashed to hell. Off the rails. Looking for survivors. What about the cargo? We need those munitions for the evac.
You hear that? Trainload of munitions dumped at the freight yard. What do you think now?
Yeah, I think we're gonna make a stop.
Scout, come in. Scout, you copy?
Daddy! I'm here. Where are you? Daddy? Are you okay?